Alright, welcome back to the KnivesFAST channel, guys. It's time for a video. Just a question for you. Are you somebody that likes to be able to open their knives 500 different ways? Because if so, stick around and watch this one, guys. This is the KnivesFAST channel. Like, comment, hit that subscribe, hit the notification bell. Go over to Instagram and check out @KnivesFAST. And check us out on Monday nights on KF Live, on YouTube at 7:45 p.m. Eastern. We are growing, and we need you to be there and supporting. And thanks to everybody who shares the content and helps by commenting and liking and all that stuff. So this is the Ketuo Triad. Ketuo is, I think, the parent company of Reich Knife. Knife handle material is carbon fiber and titanium. And that's an interesting thing because we'll talk about that. And then the blade material is M390 and designed by Felix Danschwara. Very, very interesting and cool design. Now, this one, I was not able to find this available at White Mountain Knives or some of the other places that usually keep Ketuo because I think they're sold out. But I will give you a link below to Ketuo's site, and this is a $215 knife, which I think is a pretty good value for what you're getting. You're getting a titanium clip, a titanium backspacer with some cool jimping and a lanyard slot through it here. You have your frame, guys, so your liners or your frame, in this case frame, are titanium, and then over that completely you have shred carbon fiber, which is this gorgeous shred carbon fiber. I'm not sure about the hardware, but you do have a nice filler tab here, satin hardware, satin button. It is a button lock. Your button is very low profile and kind of sits pretty low in there, which I like. Mostly closed design, a little bit open. You do see your stop pin there. I like that your pocket clip, very premium, but I like that you have a way to reverse your clip. Very nicely done. I like it a lot. And again, a lot of ways to open this knife. Now you can see, this is super interesting to me. It doesn't come all the way to the end. We're always worried about blade to handle ratio. Well, you can see, I mean, we're way short of the end of this knife where that blade stops. By the way, your clip sits that far out of the pocket, so, but not too bad. And you know, it doesn't really matter because you've got this loop around backspacer here that fills the space, and when it's open, to me, it doesn't look super odd. You have the right amount of handle. So I think sometimes we get really uptight about that, and I don't really think it super matters. You have a long enough blade to do some work, and yeah, very cool. Now let's close this guy back up. It is contoured and chamfered very nicely, and everything is finished so good. You do have kind of a jimping feel on that backspacer. Yeah, jimping galore on this knife, on the flipper tab, on the front flipper tab, on the top here. Very nice, and some good texturing on the thumb studs as well. But I love how this dives down with this chamfered sections here to make it contoured. It is just really nicely done. Let's do the thumb studs first. Gee whiz, just great. You know, again, it's a spring, not a detent, but it's tuned just right where that just jumps. And I think, yeah, I did it the other day, but I am not good at this anyway. Let's see. Yep, I can middle finger flick it off the thumb stud. I can middle finger flick it anywhere on that hole pretty much, even out here in the little, whoops, now I screwed it up, in the little fuller section. I can kind of thumb open it with the hole, but I don't know why you would want to. I would prefer to thumb flick it. You can middle finger flick it, and the jimping is good enough, guys. It doesn't stick way out. This is turned real easy, and you can just pretty easily flick that open. And then you've got a really odd flipper tab here. Now you do have jimping right there. Let's see, can you see it? You have jimping, by the way, good jimping here. There's your texture on the thumb studs. Come on. There you go. And you have good jimping here, but I wondered why they didn't bring this out more. But I'll tell you, it just works. All you do is kind of snatch that corner back like up and back, and it works really well. Now, to me, it's better tuned for the flick, for the middle finger flick, but this works, and you kind of just roll it back. Does that make sense? You're kind of snatching and rolling it back, and it works really well. I wonder what it would be if there was a little more corner there, but it works. It does. It definitely works. And you can see, guys, we have a little bit of button stick. Can you hear it? Yeah, a little bit of button stick, but again, how many button locks do we see with no stick? Very few. And so you've got nice drop there. Very, very nice. Makes some interesting sounds on the close. I think that's from the stop pin. Very, very interesting. It is running on bearings. And I love the closed profile. I mean, it just looks cool. Now, open. And guys, I'm going to grab my cloth here because I have been cutting with this blade a lot. I have enjoyed cutting with this, but I've got it nice and dirty. So you have a very thin hollow grind. Now, it's not super tall. I love the swedge. I love the finishing in the hole. I love the kind of stonewash up here on this flat and back here. And then you've got kind of a, stonewash on the blade. But it's a really, really consistent and small stonewash. Now, you've got a deep hollow here, and then a smooth transition to the compound grind of the flat out here at the tip, kind of making that tip a little more stout. As you can see, very thin stock. Now, 4-finger knife in the hand, and you can kind of choke up here, stay back like this so you don't get on that edge. But wherever you are, you got jimping all the way up to here. You can see there. You got kind of a harpoonish thing here. Yeah, it's I mean, really cool. Feels good in the hand. No real hot spots, except it's kind of, you can see here, we kind of flatten out. I wish they had contoured this just a little bit more, just this flat part right here. Contour, contour. When you really bear down, you can feel that a little. It's not bad, though. I wouldn't call it a hot spot, just kind of a slight thing you feel there. Again, your button is not the best with that button stick, but it is what it is. You got Triad written there. You got your designer's logo, Danshwara, and it is M390. Is that even written on here anywhere? I don't think so. Oh, yeah, it's right there, Triad M390. And so, yeah, a really interesting knife. Now, guys, what, to me, the best part about this knife, and we're gonna use it first to cut us a piece of cardboard. You can see, works like a charm. Did you see that? Let's just do that again. I shouldn't do it on this box. And this cardboard is kind of flexible, but it is definitely a cutter, a slicer. That hollow ground, now see, I'm going to grab now. See, it's crazy. There we go. I've been cutting a lot with it, so in fairness, who knows what I've done to this poor edge, because it was a joy to cut with. Very much so. There you go. I mean, it's definitely cutting well. It's just kind of flexible cardboard, so it gets caught a little bit. But now we have cardboard everywhere, including in Ren and Stimpy's ear over here. All right, there we go. Cardboard everywhere. We'll just bring it up here where you guys can see it. But this this knife is, I think, really, really interesting and cool. It's just something different. And by the way, the tip does kind of pierce a little bit. Let's see what we get. Not a lot though, because it is a little more stout. You can see, but you definitely could use that tip if you needed to. But it's more just about protecting that tip. But just a cool knife. Now, size-wise, it's smaller than the Ontario Rat 1. It's bigger than the Rat 2. Seems like we review a lot of knives right in that area. Very, very much so. And you guys know our 8-inch long knife gauge is the Tempest Pinion. So you can see it's even a tiny bit smaller than the Pinion at 8 inches. So let's talk about the specs here and the price. Now, as I said, I'm going to put a link up to Ketuo's website, guys. This one is available. It is $215. And a lot of ways to open this one. M390, 59 to 61. They call it a harpoon clip point Tanto. Blade length of 3.2. The cutting edge is 2.93, so a little smaller. And back spacer's titanium. We talked about all that. Overall length 7.61 inches, weight 3.2. Again, that carbon fiber, it takes a lot of the weight away. And again, a Danshwara design. So really, really cool. I'm trying to look for blade thickness. And of course they don't. Here we go, 0.12, so 3 millimeters. That's kind of what I thought. So very, very cool knife. What do you guys think of the Ketuo Triad? I think it's a very interesting one. I like it a lot. Let me know down below what you think. And guys, got to wrap it up. So like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And thank you for watching the KnivesFAST channel.